So we just have a minute or two here before we begin. So make sure you get 1 or 2 blocks. If you have a yoga belt, that would also be quite useful. And then yoga blankets. Again, if you're practicing at home, those are pretty standard props to have. 2 blocks, a yoga belt, and then 1 or 2 blankets. And this way you'll be able to do standing postures a little bit more easily. You'll be able to do shoulder stand without putting too much pressure on your neck. And the strapped foot posture is really useful for postures that involve reaching your foot for hamstring stretches and for shoulder stretches as well. Just a reminder, I don't play music during this class because it interrupts my speaking to you. So if you want to put on some soft ambient music in the background on your end, that's your own choice. I also like to practice pretty much just silently so I can hear the breath and focus on sensations. Alright, welcome everyone. My name is Rex. This is going to be a 55-minute yoga class. So as always, I do offer levels throughout class. I'll usually be demonstrating the more basic positions. There are more advanced postures you can do as well. The most important thing is that you focus on the quality of your breathing and also the sensations that you're feeling in the posture. So always making little micro adjustments as you're holding the posture, trying to find greater ease, greater stability, especially with postures like standing postures, back bends, twists. So let's go ahead and start. So we'll start at the front of the mat. Because we're going to be stepping out to the left in this class, I'm going to suggest that you place the 2 blocks on the right side of your mat. So one will be at the back, one will be at the front. But they're going to be on the right side of the mat. And then let's start at the front of the mat with the hands on the belly for a moment. So you're going to keep your eyes open, your feet separate about 10 to 12 inches apart. And then as you feel the top of the head rising up towards the ceiling and your feet rooting downwards, begin to feel that as you're inhaling, the abdomen begins to expand a little bit. And then as you're exhaling, you're letting go of tension. You may even feel the abdomen pull in slightly. Again, inhaling, feel the abdomen expand, the ribs expand. And exhaling, slowly letting the air out. And inhaling, feeling the abdomen expand. And exhaling, slowly letting the air out. Rest the hands beside the thighs. Feel the top of the head rising up. And throughout practice, focus on this very gentle expansion of your belly, expansion of your rib cage. And as you're exhaling, slowly letting go of any sort of tension you feel, particularly in the face. Inhaling, sweep the arms up, keep the belly firm, the jaw level. Exhale, bend the knees and squat down. You can come up onto your heels if you need to. Inhale, lift your hips, straighten your legs. And then exhale, step back to downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot forward, right toes tuck under. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to the floor. Inhale, left leg back, lift your heels up high. Exhale, slowly lower your heels. Inhale, right foot forward, left toes tuck under. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, arms up, palms parallel. Exhale, hands to the floor. Inhale, right leg back, lift your heels up high. And then exhale, slowly lower your heels. Spread your toes open, spread your fingers open. Lengthen your arms and widen your shoulders. Relax the back of the neck. Now the exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Inhale, step your feet forward, lift your head. Exhale, bend the knees and squat down. Inhale, come up, arms overhead. Exhale, hands beside the thighs. Again, inhale, sweep the arms up, belly firm. Exhale, bend the knees and squat down. Inhale, lift the hips, straighten the legs. Exhale, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot forward, right toes tuck under. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to the mat. Inhale, left leg back, lift your heels up high. Exhale, slowly lower your heels. Inhale, right foot forward, left toes tuck under. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to the mat. Inhale, right leg back, lift your heels up high. And then exhale, slowly lower your heels. And spread your toes open. Keep your heels slightly lifted away from the floor, because that way you can lift your hips up a little bit more easily. You can work on lengthening your lower back without feeling your hamstrings pulling your hips down. Imagine your tailbone moving up towards the ceiling. End of the exhale, bend the knees, look forward. Inhale, step the feet forward, lift the head. Exhale, bend the knees and squat down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hands beside the thighs. Sun salutation A now. So inhale, sweep the arms up, look up. Exhale, fold forward, hands to shins, ankles, or floor. Inhaling, lift the head, look forward. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands. Step or hop back, lower down with control, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Again, breathe deeply and fully. See if you can expand your rib cage. As you inhale, feel your belly expand just a little. And then as you exhale, slowly letting go of unnecessary tension. Arms up, look up. Exhale, the hands beside the thighs. One more. Inhale, sweep the arms up, look up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift the head. Exhale, step or jump back, lower down Spread the toes open, spread the fingers open. Lift the hips. Relax the back of the neck. End of the exhale, bend the knees, look forward. Inhale, step or jump forward, lift the head. Exhale to fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up, look up. Exhale, the hands beside the thighs. So, inhale, hands to heart, step out to your left, feet wide apart. Turn your left foot out 90 degrees, turn your right foot in slightly, about 10 degrees. Triangle pose. You inhale, stretch the left hand up towards the ceiling, and then exhale, reach out as far as you can. And if you can't reach any farther, you place the hand on the shin, the ankle, or a block. Stretch the right hand up towards the ceiling. Spread the toes open. Lift up on the knees. And reach from your left hand all the way up into the right hand. Slow your breathing down. See if you can lengthen the left waist just a little bit more than you would normally. Side angle, bend your left knee, left hand on the outside of your foot. The block is really useful here to keep the left waist open. Inhale the right hand up towards the ceiling or sweep the arm overhead. The head position here is either you look down at the floor, that's level 1. Level 2, you look towards the wall. Level 3, you look up underneath your armpit. Breathe deeply. Half moon, right hand to the hip. Step your right foot in. Take your block 1 foot or more in front of your left foot. Pick your right leg up. Now keep your eyes focused on one point. This will help keep your head steady. And then you'll be able to focus on those little movements that keep you balanced. So bringing the left hip in, rolling the right hip open. Spread the toes open so you activate the entire leg. If you like, stretch the right hand up towards the ceiling. Slowly bend your left knee, come back down. Inhale the right hand up towards the ceiling. We'll come all the way up. And we'll do that on the right side now. So right foot turns out, left foot turns in. Inhale, stretch the right hand up towards the ceiling. And then tip out towards your right as far as you can. When you can reach no further, place the hand down on the shin, the ankle, or a block. Again, spread the toes open. It's helpful to bend your front knee just a little bit and then work on pulling up the knee and activating the leg. You reach down through your right hand, reach up more through your left. Relax the face. Exhale, bend your right knee, left hand to the hip for a moment. Then inhale, stretch the left hand up towards the ceiling or sweep the arm overhead. You're aiming to get a nice diagonal line all the way from left foot to left hand. half moon, left hand to the hip, step your left foot in, block goes 1 foot in front of the right foot, pick the left leg up. Again, keep your eyes focused on one point. That way, you can really pull the right hip in. And it's alright to fall out of the posture as well. It happens. So your right hip pulls into the body. You keep your eyes focused on one point, and then you roll the left hip away from the floor. Spread your toes open. You can reach up for your left hand if you like. Bend your right knee, come back down to side angle. Just half a breath there. And inhale, come up. Turn your feet parallel. And exhale your feet to the front of the mat. Inhale, the hands to the heart. Step out to your left once again. Stretch the arms out. Turn the left foot out 90 degrees. Turn the right foot in 60 degrees. So inhale. Stretch the right hand up towards the ceiling, reaching all the way from your right foot to your right hand. And then as you exhale, reach out over your left leg. Place the hand on the outside edge of the block, outside edge of the foot. Push down through your right hand. As you then inhale, stretch up through your left hand. Keep striking the right heel into the floor, pulling the left hip bone back. And exhale both hands to the floor. Inhale, lift the head. You can stay here. Or exhale, fold forward. Chin towards chin. Inhale, come up all the way. And let's turn around. So right foot turns out, left foot turns in. Inhale, reach all the way from your left foot to your left hand. Exhale, reach forward as far as you can. Place the hand on the outside edge of your foot on the block. Left hand pushes down so you can reach up more through your right hand. Spread the toes open. It's a little bit harder here to breathe because you are rotating your rib cage. Breathe into that constriction. See if you can expand it just a little bit. Exhale, both hands to the floor. Inhale, lift the head. You can stay here. Or exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come up. Turn your feet parallel, arms outstretched. And then exhale, your feet to the front of the mat. Inhale, the hands to the heart. Step out to your left once again. Look at your feet for a moment. Pigeon toe your toes in. Inhale, hands to the hips. Lift the chest. Exhale, fold deep from the hips. Place the hands down on the floor. Fingertips line up with your toes. Inhaling, lift your head and straighten your arms. And exhale, fold forward. Elbows squeeze in towards one another. Continue to pull the shoulders away from the ears. Relax the neck. Spread your toes open as you lift up on your knees. Inhale, come up, straighten the spine. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale all the way up, and exhale. Inhale, stretch out the arms. Exhale, hands behind the back. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, fold forward. Elbows squeeze together, hands pull away from the lower back. up your knees, spreading your toes. Inhale, come up all the way. And then exhale the hands to the waist. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, fold forward. Grab hold of your big toes or your ankles. Inhale, straighten your arms, lengthen your chest. Exhale, fold forward, elbows out to the side. Breathe deeply, relaxing the face. See if you can smooth the breath out. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, walk your hands in a little bit, bring your feet in too, and bend your knees. We're going to prop our elbows up onto our thighs, so we're coming into like a squat-like position. So the thigh bones are parallel to the floor, the shin bones are perpendicular. Your thumb and forefinger together into Jnana Mudra. Breathing deeply. Now this is level 1, staying here, so this is relatively easy. Otherwise, turn your feet out 45 degrees, bring your torso up, keep sinking your hips down, stretch your arms out to a T with the thumbs pointing up. Keep sinking the hips, but rising up to the top of the head. Imagine you're holding like 2 large buckets in your hands that are filled with water and they're just pulling you down, shoulders wide though, top of the head moving up, tailbone moving down. One more breath here. And then inhale, straighten your legs, turn your feet parallel, and then exhale, step your feet to the front of the mat. Alright, good. So tree pose now. So we're going to face forward. Lift your left knee up, thigh bone parallel to the mat. If you're more flexible, you can place your foot high up in the inner thigh. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. You can stay here or stretch your arms overhead. But if you stretch your arms overhead, be sure to keep your shoulders wide and your neck long. Keep the eyes focused on one point. And then bring the hands down and take your left foot to the floor. So my balance is a little off today. Right thigh bone comes up, or you put your foot high up into the inner thigh. Bring your hands together in front of the heart, and then if you stretch the arms overhead, taking your time, you want to keep your shoulders wide. Remember, the slower you move, the more you'll be able to lengthen the breath. The more you lengthen your breath, the more you'll be able to relax. As we're holding this posture, see if you can breathe just a fraction of a second slower than normal. Keep the eyes focused. Whenever you have to move, see if you can move slowly. And then bring the hands down and take your right foot to the floor. Let's come to the front of the mat. So feet parallel, hands beside the thighs. Inhale, sweep the arms up. You can look up at your thumbs. As you exhale, fold forward. Hands to shins, ankles are forward. Inhale, lift the head, straighten the spine. Exhale, step back or hop back to chaturanga. Inhale to upward dog. Exhale to downward dog. left foot forward between the palms. Take the left hand on the instep of the foot, the lizard posture. You can keep your arms straight. If you're a little bit more flexible, then try taking your forearms down to a block. And then if that's easy, then you try to take your forearms to the floor. But the most important thing is that you pay attention to your breathing. So if going to the floor causes you to start holding your breath or causes you to grimace, then you just step back one movement, make it a little bit easier, regain your breath, regain your composure. And then take the right knee to the floor, sit back a little bit so that your left leg is straight. Let's take our blocks, frame the left foot. Left leg, really. So this may be as far as you go. If you want, though, you can start sliding that left heel forward so you feel the first little glimmers of tension through that right hip, left hamstring. Breathe deeply. And this posture just takes a lot of patience, the splits posture. So you just take your time. Some days you're a little bit more flexible, other days you need to back off a little bit. Inhale, lift your hips, and then let's step back to downward facing dog. From down dog, bring your right foot forward between the palms. Keep your left toes tucked under, where you keep the right hand on the instep of your right hand on the instep of the right foot. So you push down through the hands. Again, the options are straight arms for level 1. Level 2, you take your forearms down to a block, or you take your forearms down to the floor. Again, pay attention to your breathing. Softening the face as you exhale. And then straighten the arms, take the left knee to the mat. Straighten your right leg. You're going to frame your right leg. Now this may be where you stay with the left hip directly over top of the left knee. Otherwise, you start scooting that right heel forward until you start feeling that left hip and the back of the right leg beginning to resist you a little bit. It's helpful in the splits to point your right foot here. That keeps the hamstring safe. Again, breathe as deeply and as fully as possible. Inhale, lift your hips. And then let's step back to downward facing dog. You can do chaturanga, up dog, down dog if you want, or just hang out in down dog, take an extra couple breaths there. Inhale, then come forward to plank. And then as slowly as you can, exhale, lower down, reaching through the top of the head and through the heels until you're resting on the floor. Locust posture. So, hands beside the hips, legs straight. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the legs. If you want, stretch your arms out to the side. From there, you can stretch your arms forward. Then lower down. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, lower down, all the way. Cobra. Now option one is Sphinx. So you can prop yourself up on your elbows like this, elbows underneath shoulders, shoulders wide. Top of the head moving up, trying to keep that chest open. And stay there, that's Sphinx posture. Otherwise you lower down, move your hands beside your chest, and inhale, push your hands into the floor. Heel the front of the body up. Try to keep your shoulders relaxed, moving away from the ears. Especially if you're sitting down all day, this is a really great posture to do. Counterbalance that rounding in the lower back. And lower down. Push back to downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, lower down. Prop yourself up on your right forearm. And half frog, so you bend your left knee. Reach back and grab your left foot. Try to bring your heel to touch your hip. Now if your heel touches your hip, you can then flip your left hand and start pushing the left foot down. Otherwise, you want to keep the left heel, the hand, fingers pointing straight back. Breathe deeply. Relax through the face. See if by relaxing the jaw, relaxing the face, you can notice other sensations. And then we'll release that, and we're going to switch sides. So reach back, grab the right heel now, bring the right heel towards the right hip. And paying attention to your breathing, relaxing the face. And then release that, and we'll push back to downward dog. Stretch the arms straight, stretch the legs straight, lift the hips. From here, let's bring the left foot forward between the palms, take the right knee to the mat, lift the torso up. The hands can rest on the knee, that's level one. Level two, hands can be on the hips, and you can kind of push down to the hands to lift the chest. Otherwise, you can try stretching the arms overhead, palms rotating towards one another. Really inhale, lift your hips up a micrometer or more, and then as you exhale, just ease into the lunge. Again, inhale to lift, exhale, ease. Inhale to lift, exhale, ease. A few more breaths. And exhale, release that. Push back to downward dog. Inhale, lift your heels up high. Exhale, slowly lower your heels. Right foot forward. Left knee to the mat. Hands to the hips, the knee or overhead. I'm just going to demonstrate with my hands on my hips so you can see. So you're going to inhale, lift. Exhale, ease into the lunge. Inhale, lift. Exhale, ease into the lunge. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lift, rather. Exhale, ease into the lunge. Inhale, lift slightly. And exhale, hands to the floor. Step back to downward facing dog. If you you want to do chaturanga, up dog, down dog, you can do that. Otherwise, just hang out in down dog, take a few extra breaths. And we'll come down to the hands and knees, sit back on the heels. So take your block. You may need to use one or two blocks. Here you're going to sit on your block. Take your belt. Fold your belt up once. And then fold it up a second time. Take the left forearm behind the head. Left tricep rotates in. So from the side, this should be vertical. And then take the right hand up between the shoulder blades. You want to roll the right shoulder back. Lift the chest. Breathe deeply. Again, if you're spending a lot of time kind of hunched over a computer, then this is a good one to do periodically, just to kind of break out of that rounding forward. Notice that one side will usually feel a little bit tighter, so this one may feel tighter than the other, or vice versa. And we're going to release that, and we'll switch sides. So the belt goes now in the right hand, right forearm behind the head. Again, that right arm is going to be vertical. So it's almost like the right arm is kind of coming in to shield the face. The left hand walks up between the shoulder blades. And this is that you're able to see it easier here. We don't want to let the shoulder round forward. Rather, you want to roll the left shoulder back. Give yourself enough slack on the belt that you're able to get the alignment. And then as you breathe in the posture, and you keep holding it a little bit longer, and you keep repeating it for over several weeks, then you'll be able to maybe make a few millimeter gain as you walk your hands in a little bit more and you breathe into that. Always, though, trying to maintain good alignment, smooth breathing. And then let's release that. Okay, so we'll come into downward facing dog. Straighten the arms, straighten the legs. Then come down to your hands and knees. Take your block between the hands. The palms are flat here though. Tuck your toes, lift your hips for dolphin pose. So spread the toes open, spread the fingers open, but really push to your index knuckles. Relax the back of the neck. A few more deep breaths here. If you're ever wanting to learn headstand, then if you can hold this posture for 5 minutes without coming down, it's a good sign that you have the upper body strength to do headstand. Then let's come down and sit back on the heels in child's pose. Alright, so from here, go ahead and sit up, and you're going to lie down on your back, and bring your heels in as close to your hips as possible. So the feet are parallel, hands are going to be beside the hips. And we're going to inhale, lift the hips, push down through the feet and through the shoulders. So this is bridge. Now this is your go-to back bend, so if the next posture doesn't feel possible, then you come back to this one. Keep your toes spreading open. Feel the knees magnetizing towards one another. And draw the shoulders down into the mat. And exhale, lower down. Take a breath. And then we're either going to repeat bridge or you're going to do upward bow. So for upward bow, you bring your hands beside your ears. And then you inhale, press your hands into the floor, lift your hips. Otherwise, you repeat bridge. So maybe you're kind of cooked on back bending today. So you just do the bridge, which is a little bit easier. Really feel your legs working here. Don't think it's just the hips or your shoulders. Spread the toes open. Lift up the knees. Lift the hips. And then lower down. Take a breath. And then lift up one final time. Either bridge or wheel. And then lower down. Hug your knees into your chest. Relax your lower back. From here, let's place the left ankle on top of the right knee. The left hand moves between the legs, and then you either grab the front of it to a deeper stretch. Keep your toes spread open on your left foot, but try to relax your right foot as much as possible. Again, slow, steady breathing. We'll release that. Let's switch sides. So right ankle on top of the left knee. Reach through the leg, grab the back of the hamstring or the front of the shin. Again, spread the toes open. Gradually work on pulling that right leg in a little bit closer towards the chest. Especially if you sit a lot, and this is a good one to do quite frequently, a couple times a day. Think of it as like little yoga snacks you're taking. And then we'll release that. Let's turn to the side, and we sit up, and straighten the legs out in front of us. Okay, so sit up nice and tall, hands beside the hips, shoulders rolled back. From here, bring your left leg in, so you're placing the left foot on the inner right thigh like you do for tree pose. Reach forward, place the right hand on the right foot, the left hand on top of the right foot hand. And you're going to inhale, lift the chest, you can stay here, or you transfer the hands to the floor and you fold forward. Now, as much as possible, try to keep both hips on the floor. And that may seem counterintuitive because you're thinking, well, I'm sitting on the floor, so both my hips must be on the floor. But oftentimes, the bent leg side will kind of lift up, and you'll feel yourself. If you close your eyes, you may kind of feel that you're kind of listing over to the right. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale to release. Place your left foot flat on the floor. So inhale the right hand up towards the ceiling. Exhale, twist and hook. You're inhaling, lifting, and then exhaling, turn. Inhaling, lifting, exhaling, turn. Inhale, turn the head back to center. Exhale to release. Straighten out your left leg and bring your right leg in. Left hand reaches on top of the left foot or the ankle. Right hand on top of the left. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift the head. Exhale to release. Place your right foot on the floor. Inhale the left hand up towards the ceiling. Exhale, twist and hook the elbow on the outside of the knee. Inhale to sit tall. Exhale to turn. Inhale, turn the head back to center. Exhale to release. All right, so let's lie down on the back. So you can either do shoulder stand or strap the foot. I'll be demonstrating strap the foot. So for strap the foot, straighten the left leg up towards the ceiling. Walk the left hand up as high on the belt as possible, keeping the arms straight and the shoulder relaxed. Right hand on the hip. If you're doing shoulder stand, move up into shoulder stand, take the hands onto the lower back or the hips, and gradually work your hands closer to your shoulders. Those of you doing strap to foot, you want to straighten your legs as much as possible. Relax your face. And again, tap into your breathing once again. Take the left leg out to the side. Try to keep your right hip down on the floor. As you're breathing, try to feel that very gentle expansion of your torso. And as you're exhaling, you're letting go of unnecessary effort. Inhale, bring the left leg back up to center. You're going to shift your hips to the left. Keep your left leg straight. Take the left leg across your body. And then try to keep the left shoulder down on the floor. So a rotation. If you're in shoulder stand, you could probably start moving into cloud pose now. Inhale back up to center. We're going to switch legs now. So strap the foot. You're going to strap the ball of the right foot now. Keep your left hip down on the floor. Left leg straight, right leg straight. This is also a good posture to do frequently if you're blessed with tight hamstrings especially. a minute on each side. And as you begin to open up your hamstrings and a lot of other postures that may have felt difficult or a little strenuous will begin to become a little bit easier. Take your right leg out to the side. If you're in shoulder stand, then as you move out of plow, you can start making your way into fish. And keep your legs absolutely straight if you're doing strap foot posture. If you're on strap to foot, bring your right leg up. Shift your hips to the right. And then take the right leg across the body. Try to keep your right shoulder down. Inhale, the right leg back up the center. Shift your hips back in. If you're in fish pose, you can roll down. And hug your knees into your chest one final time. And then we're going to take a rest in Shavasana. So stretch your legs out straight along the floor. If that bothers your lower back, and keep your knees bent, resting against one another. But in this posture of Shavasana, you want to really let go of all muscular effort. Feel your forehead soften, your jaw soften. Let your belly soften, your hips drop down. Let your feet relax, and roll out to the side. Feel your breathing moving your body. Reach into your fingers and toes. your arms overhead. Keeping the body soft, face relaxed, bend your knees, turn to rest on one side. And press yourself up to a seated position. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. Namaste. Thank you very much for attending class today. I hope you have a good rest of your week, and try to take some of these postures with you, some of these practices of just taking a few minutes every day to do a few extra stretches, breathe deeper a little bit more, relax your face, and just relax in general. So, thank you very much.